Referee blows time on and straight away into game 3. The Dominics have their first chance. Order Gavai. He takes it. There was nearly a strip there straight away from Quiros Mapuso. He eventually does the job. As Hutchins drives it forward. Tackle 2, first set of this third quarterfinal. Quarterfinal day here at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. They come back to the short side. Ison still going. Gets tackled right on halfway. On 4. They go to the left side. It'll be an early kick. Puts it high. Does Edgar. Coming across the ball. Looks like it's just going to bounce and go into touch. That's Westfield Sports High. More than happy to do that with their winger, Will Craig, just watching it go over the touchline. So now Westfield get their first opportunity with football in hand. As the crowd come down to earth after quarterfinal 2. De Silva goes in a dummy half, just controls things nicely. Galvin in turn turns it underneath. Sakuru. Back to the middle of the field. They get over halfway. Quarter forward pass there. The pass from La Li'i. The two brothers, of course. The La Li'i brothers. Luke at the back in the 1 and Kid in the 21. Might go through both sides while we've got the opportunity. Westfield Sports High, number 1, Luke Lartley. The 2, Mohammed Alamuddin. The 3, Daniel Wanga. The 4's Roy Quiriz Mapuso. The 5, Will Craig. The 6, Blaze Talangi. 7, Lachlan Galvin. The 21's Kit Lalii. The 9, Talon De Silva. The 10, Sam Tuivati. The 11, Sasefa Fanau. The 12, Solomon Sakuru. 13, Jeremiah Leetagaga. 14, Denton Schaffhausen Minnow. The 8, Ricardo Olo Apu. And the 16, Seb Piakala. The 17, Eamon Youngie. And the 18th man will be Kobe Uford. For St Dominic's College, the 1, Liam Ison. 2, Cooper Hale. As they drive it forward now through their 13, Jack Ewer. It's a good run from Ewer. Get a quick play, the ball on 2. That gives Pollard an opportunity. He finds Ison. Pollard goes back to dump. They keep it alive. In turn, he finds Hutchings. Hutchings tackled a metre out for St Dominic's. Slow play the ball as Pollard now looks up, works out, finds his front row in. Fasal Lolo. And Fasal Lolo spun around. He kept moving, and he'll score the first points in this quarterfinal 3. The Pete Mulholland Cup. On the Daily Telegraph scoreboard, it's 4-0 to St Dominic's College through their big front rower, Ezra Fasal. And just going through that St Dominic's side, the 1, Liam Ison. 2, Cooper Hale. 3, Kanan Hardyman. The 4, Joshua Gavin Kimber. 5, Mitchell Heather. 6, Jackson Edgar. The 7 will be Jet Cleary. The 8, Ezra Fasa Lo'o, who's already scored the first try. The 9, Riley Pollard. The 10, Connor Porto Gavai. The 11, Ethan Hutchins. 12, Baden Moran. 13, Jack Ewer. 14, Jack Attard. 15, Liam Perham. 16, Jai Williams. 23, Cameron Travis. And the 18, I will chase up if needed. Riley Pollard with the goal kicking duty. Shouldn't have any problems with this. And he adds the 2 points. So 6-0 early doors to St Dominic's. 5 gone first half. The Daily Telegraph scoreboard. St Dominic's, they finished on top in Pool D. With wins, round 1 they defeated Bass Sports High School 34-12. Round 2, Hunter Sports High 38-20. And then in round 3, 18-12 in a tight victory over St Greg's Campbelltown. They've jumped out to an early lead here over the Westfields Sports High. They get another opportunity just to bring it out through Moran. Moran gets to his feet eventually, plays it quickly. It's a quick shift. Hutchins, driven backwards from some solid defence. Leah Tagaga involved. Bounces out of a tackle, another strong run. From the St Dominic side, they get an early advance. It was the fullback who's been busy early in Ison. Kicks charge down from Edgar. Referee, what's he going to reel? Waiting to see. Be a knock on by St Dominic's. So scrum feet to Westfield and give them their first opportunity. Attacking opportunity, 40 out. Galvin will feed it. Alan Medine charges his first touch of the football. De Silva, the clever little 9 for the Westfield Sports High side. He goes to the right side. It's a quick shift there from Talangi. Talangi just sets it up. Now they come back to the open side. Leah Tagaga, he gets it on quickly. Finds Galvin. Galvin, can he flick it out the back to De Silva? He does indeed. Quirizma Pursaw. He gets it on quickly to Alan Medine, who's clipped as he gets eventually tackled. They're going to say he's dropped it as he went that probably 1 yard too many, and it slipped out of his grasp. So a mistake there from the Westfield Sports High side. And the first real test on the St Dominic's defence. 8 gone first half, 6-0. St Dominic's College lead. Eventually fed. Scrum took a while to be set. As they come this short side, and once again, Liam Ison, hasn't he? He's been a strong runner early in this game. Moves it on quickly. Gavin Kimber. Back to the open. Slip there from the St Dominic's forward. Just seeing his number as he gets to it. Might have been the winger. It was indeed. It was Hale. Some solid defence from Westfield. They drive him backwards. Open, kicks to the open. Nice kick. Lovely take there. Luke Lali'i. He brings it back with Purchase. Good strong run, makes 30 metres. Quick play the ball too. As now Westfield try and bring it out of their danger zone with Will Craig. De Silva just sneaks out of dummy half. Saw no marker work. Crowd cooling out for a shoulder charge. Wasn't it be? Talangi. De Silva fires a pass out. They keep it alive. He eventually goes himself. Leo Tagaga. On the last tackle now. Galvin. Galvin puts a kick, finds a little bit of space. I tell you what, though, the arms came out from Mitchell Heather, and he cleans it up nicely, the winger for St Dominic's. Once again, some solid defence from Westfield Sports High forwards as they get involved and try and drive this St Dominic's side backwards, keep them in their danger zone. Going across field now, Gavin Kimber. Still going is Gavin Kimber. We actually got it on. They look to get to their feet quickly now. They do indeed. Good contact with some good leg drive there. Kick on the last, they go back. Clean it up, it's Craig. Craig brings it up. He had support with him, but decides to take the tackle. Still trying to get to his feet to play it. Kit Lali'i. Still going. Edgar tries the strip, lets it go. Gets up now quickly. Wonga gets over halfway. De Silva will look up. The play, the ball's a little bit too slow, so he just gets it on quickly to Galvin. Galvin throws the dummy, goes himself. In the dummy half goes Kit Lali'i. Long pass. There's a go. Tolongi, a lovely pass for Wonga for Craig. Craig, room to move. Can he get back inside? He does indeed. He finds for now. But some good defence there from the Dom side. As they fire it, they'll try and move it along. Tolongi had too much time. He looked up, thought he was going to pass and thought he'd run, and then he dropped it. So a mistake in the scrambling defence of this St Dominic's College side has saved them again. They lead 6-0, 12 gone first half. Was on the last tackle, so it's a handover. Scoot out of dummy half from Cleary. Keep it alive once again. Ducks under a high tackle. Cleary this time, that was Ison before, who's been, as I mentioned him a couple of times, been so busy. Cleary puts the kick through. Lali'i takes it easily and just decides to charge back at this St Dominic's defence. Craig. De Silva. Back inside. Gives a lovely pass. Has it been called forward? Yes, it has indeed. It was a real borderline, but he had a little bit of help from his friends, did the referee, and it's been called forward. As Galvin is down, so referee's called time out. Break in play. Both sides won't mind this. It's been played at a frantic pace, this quarterfinal 3. The Peter Mulholland Cup live on Community TV, of course. Just repeating the earlier quarterfinals, Patrician Brothers Fairfield 30. They defeated Endeavour Sports 10. And then Arundel College 26-22 over Patrician Brothers Blacktown. A real come-from-behind effort from the boys from the nation's capital. Just at the moment, Galvin for Westfield Sports High, down injured. He's up now, though. Just putting a little bit of pressure on that knee just to see if it's okay. The old bounce test. He looks like he's going to make his way from the field, so never nice when your halfback gets injured. And Lachlan Galvin limping from the field, so let's hope he's okay. South Howes and Minnow will make his way onto the field in jumper 14. There'll be some minor adjustments, no doubt. Schaffhausen looks like Minnows looks like he's gone into the back row. As they need one more in the scrum. There's some Dominic's feed. 45 out. As they go the short side. Ison gives a nice pass for Hale. Hale stays in the field of play. Looked like he was going to drive it into touch. Still might. No, referee said I've called Hale, and that'll be a penalty. Ison wants to play it quickly. Eventually. He will try to find a few extra metres. He does with a kick. So Hale again, he'll take Hardyman. He taps it, gives it on to Moran. Moran, they haven't been down here for a while since they scored the first points. They're back there now as Pollard looks up. He's got runners inside. Eventually gets the Jai Williams in the 16, and he's tackled 2 metres out. Pollard controlling things. They go the short side. Can Pollard get his hands out? He can indeed. He threw the big dummy to the left. Saw the gap and went bang. Does Riley Pollard. And St Dominic's are in again. They lead 10-0. Kick to come. Pollard. Goes through the ritual. Moves in. And flags are in the air as he converts his own try. So St Dominic's College skipped out to a 12-0 lead. Still 13 minutes left in this first half. Quarter final, game 3 in the Peter Mulholland Cup. I'm just thinking the injury to Lachlan Galvin might take a little while for this Westfield Sports High side to work out new combinations with their halfback off the field. Not on the bench either. So, yes, there he is. He's standing down next to the bench, just getting that leg strapped. So Let's hope he makes his way back onto the field. Now the St. Dominic side brings it out. Looking at the referee, I thought the referee said play, but he said, nah, play on as they got to his feet. But or the first try scorer would have thought he was done. As this time, Williams gets bounced and driven backwards. Some good defence. They go back to the middle of the field on the left edge. Eager defence here from Westfield, trying to keep Doms down. Eventually, he gets to Edgar. There's Luke Lutley. He went up for it. He got his hands in the wrong position. And he's dropped the ball 20 out. So another wonderful opportunity for St. Dominic's to add further points after the mistake from the Westfield fullback. Scrum will be set, middle of the field. Back of the scrum, Pollard, Cleary on the right, Ison on the left. Which way they go? It's picked up. They find it quick. Ison comes around, finds Cleary. Cleary gives a quick pass. Gavin Kimber, he gets it out to his winger. And Heather's wrapped up. They go back to the middle. Hutchins looks up, throws the dummy, just goes himself. He's 10 out. Pollard again, controlling things in the middle. They go to the short side. Ison steps off that right foot, steps off it again. And eventually, Kittler, he had to make the tackle. It's a quick pass. They move it out the back. Cleary, a long pass. Ball finds the ground. Hale cleans it up and takes the tackle. Edgar back to the middle, finds the first try scorer, and Sololo, and he's knocked it on as they tried to pass it out the back. So a mistake there from the St. Dominic side. Haven't seen a lot of them in the first 20 minutes of this game. They lead 12-0. Westfield now try and bring it out of their danger zone. It's a good run. Eventually, he gets to his feet. Some good work. He got up and had plenty to say. You can hear the referee loudly calling held. Schaffhausen, Minnow. Big throws the dummy. Kittler trying to get his side on the front foot. De Silva finds Talangi had runners, goes himself. Had plenty of runners. We're on the last now. De Silva, he looks back. Luke Lutley, he puts it high. Waiting at his Hale. No, coming through was Craig. Craig, can he keep the ball alive? The ball's gone forward. As he threw the pass out, he got the bounce off the kick. He did well. He threw the ball out to his support, but unfortunately for the Westfield fans here, ball went forward. And it's the best they've looked with ball in hand. This is some Dominic side survive. Some changes now. Some interchange players coming onto the field as Williams was picked up and driven backwards. Hale gets to his feet. Once again, the Westfield forwards driving their opposition backwards. Just picked up, scooted out of dummy half was Hardiman. A good run from Hardiman. He gets a quick play the ball. The referee's going to say you go back a metre. Play on there. You could just see though. Oh, I'll tell you what, there might be a penalty here. Referee's going to say, no, play on. He's just touched after he kicked the ball was Cleary. Alamadine goes in looking for some work, some good defence. Pollard involved with Edgar. Schauf has a minnow, yeah, just went a little bit high, did Hutchings. You've got the penalty. I tell you what, they're going to lose the penalty here. Alamadine's come in. That's ridiculous. You've got the penalty for a high shot. Interesting to see what the referee comes up with here. Yeah, Alamadine's the one that's been called in. There's Laliti. No, he's been given 10 in the bin. Well, running in, but it was all calmed down, so Alamadine will find 10 minutes in the sin bin. We won't see him till 4 minutes into the second half. And I think this penalty will be reversed. Referee also talking to Ison. He's going to stick with the original penalty, I believe. Yep, for the high tackle. Good refereeing. And now they look to play on. Westfield trying to get their first points of the afternoon. They're down to 12 men, though. Schaufhausen minnow. De Silva looks up. He goes to the middle of the field. Talangi finds La'i. La'i bounces out of one. They eventually get him to the ground. On his back, but it's a quick play the ball. It's a feature of his game as De Silva sneaks out of dummy half. La'i goes to dummy half himself. Kit La'i fires the pass out for Craig. Craig grabs it. Referee's going to talk to his touch judge. I think he's saying it's floated forward. He has indeed. The ball from Luke La'i to Craig floated forward, so a relief there for some Dominics. Be a scrum on their defensive 10, middle of the field. Dom's feed, not in a hurry. Well, eventually, we get everybody in there to pack a scrum. Hutchings drives it forward off the scrum. It went 2 passes. Coming in looking for a bit of work. Gavin Kimber. Perham. Go to the short side, back underneath it is. Still floating across field, slips. It was Moran. Good run there from Baden Moran. Get up in the face as Williams this time. Williams has gone through a gap. Still going Williams. He's got runners inside out. He runs away from them. As the Westfield side came at him, it's on the last. They'll look to let the ball talk. as it goes wide. Still going. They shifted wide. Eventually, it's a clean run. That's some good football. Cooper Hale's a recipient out there on that far wing. But that was some great football from St Dominic's. And it all started. The 16, Jai Williams, just pierced through the middle of the field. Ran out of numbers. He had Ison with him. And then from the quick play of the ball, they just shot it to the left. And Cooper Hale, staying right on his edge, has scored in the corner. 16-0. 3:50 left in this first half. On the Daily Telegraph scoreboard. Just some outstanding footy when they let it talk. Hale was the one singing in the corner. Though Pollard now, his toughest kick of the day. He's 2 from 2. They got progressively wider as the half's gone on. First one was under the sticks. Second one, 10 metres the side. This one, you can't go any further. Right on that far touchline here at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. So Pollard. Westfields Sports down to 12 men. Alameddine in the bin till 4 minutes into the second half as Pollard moves in. Keeps it flat, keeps it low, but waved away. As they've done, it's another restart for the Westfield Sports High side. St Dominic's controlling this first half. De Silva, shortish kick, knocked on. So they'll get an opportunity, shot a minute 40 shy of half time, to add their first points. You see the urgency. The 21, their skipper, Kittler, he just says, come on boys, let's go. We need to play this quickly. Here he is with a football in hand. He throws the dummy, drives it forward, he drops it out the back. Referee's going to say play on. No problem to turn as Luke Lalei gets it eventually. Picked up the crumbs. Back again, the second run in this set. Kit Lalei. De Silva looks up, fires the pass for Talangi. Talangi, quick shift ball, finds the ground. Wonga has to go back, cleans it up. They try the one-on-one strip, but Wonga ends up hanging on to it. Into the final minute. Schaffhausen Minnow. De Silva. Talangi. Talangi, plenty of time, skips. Eventually wrapped up from the St Dom's defence. They'll go the short side. Luke Lahey off the standing start. Slams the ball down and gets a much-needed 4 points for this Westfield Sports High right on half-time. Well, it was all off the kick-off. But the St Dominic's College side knocked the ball on, which gave the Westfield Sports an opportunity to get their first points of the day. And from a standing start, the fullback, Luke Lalei, does well, too big, too strong, and scores as the siren sounds for half-time. In a half that's been dominated for 28 minutes by the St Dominic's College. Can that be the turning point? Westfield with 12 men. Not for the rest of the game, thankfully. Just for another 4 minutes in that second half. As De Silva knows the siren sounded, he feels like a drink. So an important conversion. As we go into the halftime break here on Community TV. Moves in, hits the right upright and sneaks back in. So 16-6 it'll be on the Daily Telegraph scoreboard at half-time between Westfield Sports High and the St Dominic's College. And St Dominic's College kick off early, get a short kick off. Nearly worked for them as Moran came through but cleaned up. Eventually be wiped by the Westfield Sports High number 3 and Daniel Wonga. That looked dangerous early. As for now, he brings it up now. They trail 16-6. An important try on half-time, and they're playing with some energy now. As Kit Lalei gets it to halfway. The skipper of this Westfield Sports High side. As I mentioned, they lost their half-back in that first half and could have been dangerous. Schaffhausen Minnow. As they move it quickly again for now. For now, the ball finds the ground. Craig cleans it up. Referee said ball went back. De Silva says, I've had enough of this. It was the last tackle. Coming through. Quiros Maposo, but he's just been taken as he leapt through the air. He brought the ball down. It looks like he's been hurt in the process too. And an exciting first start. Kuros Maposo is the one that's down. There's some Doms player. The referee eventually blows time off. As I say, it was a half that St Dom's jumped out. It was 28 minutes of very good football. They led 16-0 and then a late try. We've got a player down in the background as well as the referee. I'm not sure if the referee's seen him. He looks now not involved in the play, but still down. Been going a minute and a half in this second half, and Sakuru it was for Westfield Sports. Bounces to his feet. So he's tackle 0 on the 10-yard line. Bringing out their danger zone now, some Dominics. They lead, 16-6. Talangi comes across in defence with Finau. Eventually bring it down. Oh, it looked like the ball was going to go loose there from Hale, one of the try scorers. Hardiman out of dummy half, burns a tackle. Out of dummy half, Pollard says, I've had enough of this. Gets a good kick. I'll tell you what, coming across was Luke Laie. Referee says it goes back. Happy with that. Is the Westfield Sports High supporters. Craig. Gets a quick play, the ball. Is De Silva. This is where he's dangerous. Bangs from dummy half. And it's a clinging tackle. Luke Lalei. He says, bang, I'll have a run out of dummy half as well. He bounces out of one. Still going. Eventually he's wrapped up. Moran it was who made the tackle. Talangi fires a quick pass for Wonga. Had players outside, couldn't get his hands free. He's wrapped up on the last. Some enterprising play here from Westfield. As Talangi puts the ball, there's open spaces there. Up they come together. Very well done there on the far side by Mitchell Heather, and he cleans it up nicely for St Dominic's. Some good work. He left his leap late and took it nicely. Hutchings. Another one looking for work. Ison so dynamic in the first 15 minutes with ball in hand. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity since. Oh, that's a good shot there. On Ewer. Plenty of time as Edgar puts it high. Ball bobbling about for Craig. And Will Craig's knocked it on. You could just see it was one of those ones. It wasn't a clean kick. One of those floaters. And eventually it drops and Craig couldn't handle it. So St Dominic's get their first live chance in this second half. As Lachlan Galvin, the 7, went off with a knee injury halfway through that first half. He's taped up and he's warming up on the sideline. So it's Dominic's feed, 20 out, middle of the field. Plenty of hands being thrown about. Plenty of traffic cops out there. Edgar feeds it. Picked up at the back. They come to the left side. Ison one-on-one. Ducks under one. Still going is Ison. Gets to his hands. Down on his hands and knees again. Still driving forward. A good run off the scrum. Edgar goes to dummy half. Short pass there for Moran. He just drives it forward. He's 4 out. Pollard again. Oh, slips over from dummy half. He'll take the tackle now. Had no choice as the Westfield boys corralled him in. Into dummy half goes Ewer. Ewer fires it out. Crossfield. Hutchings gets it eventually. Ball's been, referee says, yeah, did go back. So we're on the last tackle. Some good defence here from Westfield. 5 out. They want it. They give it to Edgar. Edgar just puts it on the toe. Luke Lalette does very, very well. Sweeps across the back. Cleans it out and brings it out 5 metres. Wonga gets a high shot. They bounce to their feet though. No problems at all. Talangi finds a few extra metres. Talangi gets it again. Hands on the ball as they drive it forward. Leah Tagaga. Nice short pass there for Sakuru. Looks for the quick play with Talangi. Talangi starting to get his hands on the footy now as Talangi. He's dangerous. He's eventually swung to his feet. He's 25 out as he gets to his feet. Lali'i. He'll fire it out the back for De Silva. De Silva eventually for now. Can he keep it alive? Yes, he does. He trips it out the back now. And Wonga picks it up. They're going to say 6 to go. Touched by Doms. De Silva finds Craig coming in looking for a bit of work on tackle 1. He pushes away from 1. Still going. 8 out. Middle of the field. De Silva dangerous from here. Can he get his head down? Referee is pointing to the spot. And De Silva scores an important try for the Westfield Sports High School. 8 minutes into the second half. So dangerous, De Silva, from that far out. And he shouldn't have any problems with this conversion. You had the feeling they had to be first to score in this second half. And after their scrambling defence saved them down the other end. Good news for Westfield Sports High supporters as well. Lachlan Galvin, the sevens, making his way back onto the field. As you'll see his teammate, Talon De Silva, headbutt this over. Still goes through the process. Flags are in the air, 12-6. 16-6, sorry. 16-12, I'll get it right in a minute. Third time lucky. After it was, of course, 16-6 at half time. Pollard keeps it flat. Wonga does well. Looked a dangerous bounce, but he trapped it beautifully. And he gets it. 20 away from halfway. To Avati. They move it again, once again out the back. Lahihi, Luke Lahihi. He gets it on, still going, strong running here. Quiros Mapuso. He's tackled. He's only 12 out. They'll look for the quick play of the ball. They get it going here and it rolls forward. Sakuru. All of a sudden, the blink of an eye, we're off the kick-off and we're two tackles and we're going. It's a long, long pass. Can he get the ball down? For now, I think it is in the 11. The referee's going to say it was forward. He got a little bit of help from his friends, so out we come to the 20. And back you'll go, says the referee. It was the 17, Youngie, who thought he'd scored, but it was a touch judge call saying the ball floated forward. Here's the first try scorer. He's made his way back onto the field for Asololo in the 8 for St. Dominic's. Slow play of the ball, though. Little grab there from dummy half. I thought there was from Pollard. There was a little grab, so the knock on. So a few cracks in this St. Dominic's College side in this second half are opening, which is opening the door for Westfield Sports. Definitely the urgency this Westfield Sports side has picked up in this second half. 19 left. Talungi to feed the scrum. It's picked up at the back. De Silva, Craig. Craig finds Galvin. Galvin throws the dummy. Eventually slammed on his back. De Silva comes back to the middle of the field. Kit Lalei, he's driven backwards, getting a little bit of his own medicine there from Moran. Schaffhauser Minnow still going, bounce through one tackle. He's tackled a metre out. De Silva now, he'll look up, he's got options either way, he'll go himself. Point at the spot, no, he's been told to get to his feet. Talungi skips out of one, skips out of two. They must score. He gives it to Craig. Craig, has he been driven into touch? He has. Oh, but the referee's saying that St. Dominic's side was offside, so they'll get another opportunity, the Westfield Sports High side. A little bit of adventure there. It looked like Quiros Mapuso. They had runners on both edges. And now the kick goes backwards. De Silva left posset. He taps and goes. They get it on quickly for now. Keeps it alive for De Silva. Oh, the referee says you were held. He looked like it was just moving when he popped it off. De Silva, he would have been unstoppable from there. Talangi out the back. Galvin. He's still going, is Galvin, as his support players overran him. Quiros Mapuso on that left edge. They come back to the right, though. Lalihi, he's wrapped up. That's Kit. Kit Lalihi. 2 metres out. They slow the ball down just enough. Talangi fires the long pass for Craig. Craig, can he step through? Can he? What? I tell you what, he had plenty of work to do. 5 minutes out, and Will Craig has scored. Well, we're waiting. The referee still hasn't pointed to the spot. He's telling the players to get out of his way. And there it is. Another try for this Westfield Sports High side. As they lock it up, 16 all. Well, it's been an amazing last 10 minutes. It's all been Westfield Sports High. And as we mentioned just before half-time, that try is so important on the half-time break. So De Silva. The conversion to sneaky side in front after they trailed 16-6 at half-time. We get a good view of this one. As he moves in, swings it around nicely, sneaks it inside that right hand upright. And the Westfield Sports High have hit the front 18-16. An incredible 18 minutes from this Westfield Sports side as they trailed 16-0. It's a flat kick once again. Oh, ball bounces up and cleaned up for now. The hearts are in the mouths of the Westfield Sports High supporters. Here's the try scorer, Craig. Wonderful individual try. He's just scored. Tuivate. De Silva sees a gap. He'll go straight through it. Makes another 15 metres. He's been dangerous. Talangi gets to his feet quick. Tuivate. They're on the last. They'll look for a repeat set as Talangi. Talangi eventually gets boot to balls. Cleaned up nicely by the front rower. Fast all. There's a player, St Dominic's player down to our right. But once again, some quick play the balls. That's what's really killing this St Dominic side in the second half. And Talon De Silva out of dummy half is having a field day. Not sure which player it is, but just we'll wait and see when he rolls over. Game 3 of quarterfinal day, Peter Mulholland Cup. And we've still got one to go. It'll be the Hill Sports High School taking on Holy Cross College. Both sides out warming up behind the dead ball areas. It was the 12, Baden Moran. He's down on his feet for St Dominic's. Referee waves time on. And they'll get something they haven't had hold of for a little while, this St Dom side. They'll get the football, but they're in their danger zone as Heather plays it. They just bring it out. Hale. Ison ducks under one. De Silva goes again. He eventually keeps it alive. Has to give it back inside for Pollard. They haven't gone far in this set. 30 metres. They're on the last. Cleary gets a rush kick. Sits up nicely. Good work there. And they move it quickly. Two passes and Craig ends up with him. He's chopped down by Edgar. The referee's whistle, we're going to say, tried to get to his feet and then was knocked down. You can see the referee just in showing he was pushed as he was getting to his feet to play the ball. So another important penalty for this Westfield Sports High as Talangi makes some interest on the kick. We're on halfway. Tap and go there from Wonga. A quick F-poss. There's De Silva. Looks up once again. Talangi. He'll give it underneath to Avate. Referee. Crowd not happy. Something going on down there, but Tuavati plays it quickly. Galvin fires out. He gives it on in turn to Kurosma Pusor. Kurosma Pusor gets to his feet. Looks up, looking for a penalty. A little bit of milking. Sakuru, he will just charge, who nearly got through, but the tackle of Gavin Kimber on the last. Galvin fights it out. Karosma Pulsor, one to go. Now the referee's hand goes in the air for the last. Galvin, he keeps it alive. Talangi puts the kick through and cleaned up beautifully there from Moran coming across. What's referee going to say here? He doesn't look that well. He was hit. Referee's gone time out. Trainers are on the field. Moran cleans the kick up nicely. Oh, he's okay. He's up, getting up to his feet. It'll be an interesting call here for the referee. I think this might be a knock-on from Moran. St Dominic's College might be a knock-on, a handing possession to Westfield Sports with a scrum 10 out. Just having a committee meeting. Referee explaining his decision. So yes. Be a scrum feed. The Westfield Sports High, 10 out. They take it over in between the goal post and the touchline. It gives them a little bit to work here. And they've all coming to this right edge. Hold it. He's been sent back as Younger. So Westfield feed. De Silva at the back. He picks it up. Talangi still going. Nearly gets through, but some scrambling defence once again for some Doms. They're under pressure here. Luke Lali'i drops it, and well done. Scrambled well, Doms. Bit of a push and shove going on. We're going to go first knock on, are we? A bit of scrappy play. I think it might have been knocked on by St Dominic's again. Giving Westfield possession. Yeah, scrum feed. Westfield Sports High. Just scrappy 5-minute period. Westfield Sports High, they cling onto this 2-point lead. 18-16, nearly the final 10 minutes. Can they get the hammer out and whack a nail in this St Dominic side with a converted try here. Sakuru. St Dominic's, they've done some tackling in this last 10 minutes. Charging onto it. Kitlahihi. He's knocked it on. It looked like he was going to score for all money. And he's knocked it on. So a just reward for some good defence there from the Dom side as Ison. As I mentioned, they've done some tackling. Can they get their feet working in attack now as Hale. Pollard. It's been a feature of the Westfield Sports High. Their defence in the middle of the field. Pass was low. Floating across field, Hutchings now straightens it up. Pollard, you can hear the crowd. Ison, his second run in this set. As he copped a good shot from Schaffhausen Minnow. Cleary puts it high. It's a nice kick and well taken. Luke Lalii cleans it up nicely. Needs to be a massive defensive set here from the St Dominic side. Slammed on his back. That's one. You can't get up when you're hanging on to me, sir. That's what they're yelling out. Luke Lalii. Eventually, he gets to his feet. Schaffhausen Minnow. Another good tackle. De Silva. He looked up, he flicks it out. Eventually it was passed and then moved on quickly. Dancing around, still going. For now, it was Kit Lalii, the man who got the ball off De Silva. He's down in the back play with a cramp by the looks of it. Talangi, he puts it high. Ison awaits it. Takes it. 5 out. Luke Lalii coming straight off the field too. The 21 for the Westfield Sports High. It was half a gap. Half a break made. The referee looked like he was going to go put the whistle to the mouth. Hale. It was Jack Addard who came across in the 14 for St Doms. It was a good run. Heather. Westfield Sports High cling to this 2-point lead. It was wrapped up. Talangi's done a good job then. He wrapped up Pollard nicely. Cleary gets the torp happening. Luke Lalii does well. They drop quickly and then he just puts the head down, charges through. They cling onto his shorts and eventually they bring him to the ground as it was Mitchell Heather. Just hanging on to him. Eventually, Craig, he was squirming around. There was something said to the referee, and he said, I'm not going to listen to you. So he charges him another 10 yards up the field. He's right in front of the sticks. 30 out. Bit of back chat. They're taking a while to make a decision. De Silva and Talangi deciding. They just go the F-post. They tap and go. They get it on quickly. Picala's just made his way onto the field. Talangi, he's got a runner underneath to Avate. Looking to seal this match. Talangi. Eventually, a bit of room to move. Wanga gives Craig an easy run to the line. And Will Craig gabs a double in this second half. And takes it out to a 22-16 lead. Just the weight of possession from Westfield Sports High in this second half. And it's seen them roll onto good things as they trailed 16-6 at half time. Kick to come from De Silva. He won't be in any hurry. He looks up, 5:27 left. Just repeating winners of the earlier quarterfinals, Patrician Brothers Fairfield. They were too strong for Endeavour Sports High, and then the Erindale College sailed home in the second half to defeat the Patrician Brothers Blacktown. So now De Silva, another tough kick. 2 in from the sideline. He's brought it back 28 metres. It's an important kick with 4 left. If he can nail this, they lead 8 by 8. Hasn't come, stayed left. Didn't swing back, so 22-16. The St. Dominic's College bring it back quickly. It's all in front of them. The scoreboard's not their friend at the moment. Pollard, he's been happy with this. He's more than happy to do again. It's come off De Silva's back. He goes back, cleans it up. The ball's flying around. He's going to say went back. Thought there might have been a knock on there. Crowd agrees. They're not happy. It's a huge crowd down below us. Talangi. Picala plays De Silva. De Silva finds back on the field. Kit Lahey's fresh. He tips for himself. Lahey, will he get the bounce? No, he won't. Talangi, I tell you what, cleaning it up nicely. I'm just trying to see. I think it was Ison. No. It was the number 18 who's done a great job in Cameron Travis for St. Dom's College. They're on tackle too. They're in the wrong place at the moment. 3 to go. Pollard, he gets out of dummy half, gets quick pass for Ison. Ison still going, stepping off that big left foot. Tries to play it quickly. Oh, they're going to say there was a knock on there. He tried to get to his feet. He did try to get to his feet, but he wasn't fully to his feet when he played the ball. Nice and chatting to the referee. He's not going to change his decision, son. So Blaze Talangi will feed the scrum. De Silva at the back. No doubt will pick it up. They look to go. Which way will they go? They go to the left. They look for Galvin. Galvin gives a quick pass for Quiroz Mapusor. But he's wrapped up. Cleary involved in the tackle with Moran. Referee says back you go another metre. Sakuru gets through 1. Eventually wrapped up. De Silva looks up. Picala. Jeff Hayes and Minnow on 4. Galvin, dummies, tries to get through 1, pushes 1 off. And he's wrapped up on the last tackle now. They may have done enough here, Westfield. They just charge onto it through the 12 in Solomon Sakuru, and he'll get the final point. And it's important points for Westfield Sports High as they'll roll into the semi-finals. Last tackle. The options were kick or run. And the big back rower, Solomon Sakuru, decided I'm going to have a crack, and a crack he did. And Talon De Silva will have the conversion attempt as the siren sounds. And what a turnaround. They trailed 16-0. In the 28th minute, they score right on the half-time break. And they roll into the second half. What should be a 28-16 full-time victory. Daily Telegraph scoreboard. I can't seem to have any problems with this. It'll be 28-16 full-time. Quarterfinal 3. Peter Mulholland Cup. And we have one more quarterfinal to go here live from Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Community TV. As De Silva moves in. Flags are in the air. Time on. Blown back on. Pollard, he might get this kick in before the siren sounds, but won't make a lot of difference, as he does indeed. He drills it. Siren sounds. And Youngie says, that'll do me. He just dribbles the ball over. And that's full time. You see the Westfield Sports High run out winners, 28 points to 16.